I don't know about you, but it's wild to me that September has already come and gone. We're well into the month of October. Thanksgiving is this upcoming weekend. And in so many ways, summer feels already like a distant memory. But one of my favorite parts about my summer this past summer was a friend and I got paddle boards, and we would go together and we would put our paddle boards in at Boness Park, and we would paddle through the city along the Bow River, and we would get out near the zoo. And it was just a great way to spend a summer evening or Saturday morning. And I remember one time in particular that we got in the river and we were paddling, and as we were partway along the river, we decided that we would try and turn around and see how hard it would be to paddle and to actually move upstream and to paddle against the current. And so we did this, and we tried for several minutes. And at the end of those minutes of just like hard paddling against the flow of the river, we'd only moved maybe 40, 50 feet tops. And it was just an interesting picture for me of just how hard it is to swim against the current. And I think sometimes in our lives, in our spiritual life as followers of Jesus, as his disciples, there are ways that Jesus calls us to swim against the current, that culture, people, media, the things in our lives are always shaping us and forming us, and just like a current that's slowly but steadily pulling us in a certain direction, at times Jesus will call us to swim against the current, to live a life that's different, that's marked by his Spirit, that's shaped by his word. And Paul says it this way in Romans chapter 12. He says, "Do not conform any longer to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Then you will be able to test and approve what God's will is, his good, pleasing, and perfect will." In the coming weeks, we are starting a new sermon series called Counterformation that really asks that question. Jesus, how are you longing to shape me, to form us as a community in ways that is counter to the current of culture, the current of social media, the current of what comes naturally to us as humans? And so I hope that you'll join us. I hope that you'll bring a friend as we, over the next several weeks, jump into this series looking at the different ways that Jesus calls us to be formed, to be shaped by his Spirit, by his word, in community with one another, in ways that is counter to how we are already naturally being formed, naturally being shaped. So I hope you'll join us there. We'll see you on Sunday.